Our final 2 weeks of shooting was completely in water.
And there's the water of it all, you know. To be under the water in the beginning or so. This is gonna be fun. It's not. It wasn't. It wasn't fun.
So when you think about this film and you guys are literally stuck inside the house,
Yeah.
are you pulling from quarantine times? Are you just turning on actress mode? How did you pull this off?
Well, it's a mix of everything, right? Like parenting is hard. Parenting is like deeply humbling as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Recent times, pandemics, lockdowns and COVIDs and whatnot. I mean, it is surely it's informative.
I think the thing that resonated most with me was exactly the COVID time, where it was so hard because there was this external threat, just like the film, an external threat to all of us. And in Brazil, it was so horrible. So many people died, you know, so it was hard to, but at the same time, I was having such a unique experience with my family when I had never spent so much time with them. And I was able to really look at each one of my sons and my wife. And so, yeah, that was the thing that resonated most with me.
We also got to just speak to survivalists, like really fascinating experts. I learned everything from like how to properly gut a fish, how to survive in water and like water training. Like I'm now a certified commercial diver.
So that's real?
What is real?
Like all that underwater stuff?
Yeah, 100% real.
Oh
my God, 100% real. Yeah, I'm so proud of all the training that went into that. I mean, our final 2 weeks of shooting was completely in water. Like I now have like a whole new relationship with water. Like I can just be in it for days, basically, is what we did.
Yeah, because Wagner said he wished that was shot first because he was already tired by the time he got to that. And he's like, that was not fun.
I almost wanted to remind him as we were going of like what we had waiting for us at the end. Like there's so many times where I would be like, remember, like, just remember, like our last 2 weeks, what's happening, what we have to still do. It was challenging, but like, again, like it's all movie making. It's so awesome that I get to do that. We're like drowning and doing these stunts and fake drowning. But you look out and the whole crew, they're dressed in head to toe like scuba gear. Like they look like they're like in some Wes Anderson movie, like Life Aquatic. Like they're all standing there with their masks on. I mean, it's so absurd.
And there's the water of it all, you know. To be under the water in the beginning or so. This is gonna be fun. It's not. It wasn't. It wasn't fun. You know, it was very physically demanding. And we shot the film chronologically, and the water part of it all was the last part of it all. I wish it had been the opposite, because in the end, and because Greta and I, we were basically in every single scene of the film. There were never a moment where the other guys are shooting and you can be resting a little bit. So yeah, it was physically demanding.
What was it like working with Greta? Because everybody loves her.
Yeah, man, it was such an intense experience, and the interesting things that I didn't really know Greta before the shooting, and we basically met, and we had to be, to be this couple that that to convince people that we were together for so long, and it actually wasn't that difficult because. I think one thing that connected Greta and I a lot was the fact that we're both parents, and this is a family film. It's all about the family, and of course, as parents, the thing that we care most is our children, and she's such a great actress. It was a very intense experience. This film wasn't it was unexpectedly demanding physically and emotionally. But the fact that I had an actress like Greta there and Louis and the kids, it made everything like very special.
National treasure of Brazil, Wagner Moura. We didn't know each other at all, and it was one of those like classic Hollywood moments of like handshake, hello, my name is, nice to meet you. Okay, now we've been married for 20 years or whatever it is. And I was such a fan of his for such a long time. So it was really special to be able to create this with him and create this dynamic, and our family itself, like this idea of this particular American family being part Korean and part Brazilian is like
So good.
kind of major. And
Good.
I mean, and the casting of our kids was so important, and getting to cast multiracial actors, children and young adult actors to play those roles so beautifully. Like, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool and a pretty big deal that we get to see that.
You spoke about working with Louis, and I know that's a treat. He's always got these films that are, very emotional but action-packed. Did you pitch him on getting a role in Fast Forever?
No, I met him. I just want to say how much I adore that man. He is, because all this, all the difficulties that I just mentioned, the physical, emotional. If we didn't have someone like Louis that's so light and so warm and so friendly and so, it would have been a very, very, very hard experience, But Louis is just like I really love him, and I would love to work with him again for sure.
It was insane, this house. We had to build it. We had to think about it. Because we shot chronologically, we had to think about the last scenes before the first scenes, because everything was being peeled off, and then we had to figure out what it looked like at the end. So, Kevin Jenkins, our production designer, is a genius, but Jean Petrie, all departments were working together. Our DP, Paul Wolvik-Roxette, was like, he was like, I don't know how to light this house, because it's like, it's there, it's not like you could pop the roof and then put it, we built a real house, and because you saw the movie, we had to reinforce this house. And it was like, we were trapped in this house forever. We went crazy. The crew went crazy. Like, people were literally saying like, I cannot take it. Like, my first AD had to leave. Like, he had to be like, I can't take it anymore.
Wow.
Like, he was like, it's too much for me. And we were like, it was very intense. It was an intense experience. Good humor, and I always have, I make my sets easy and light and hardworking, but everybody is like safe and fun and have fun. But I feel like, when we felt the entrapment. We were prisoners for 5 months. We were. So yeah. I was so happy when they destroyed this house at the end. People were like clapping. So we're like,